www.thegreatwhitebrotherhood.org.
Dreaming. All life, at all times, is working in two dimensions. You, who are having an incarnation, live in the sixth dimension, which appears physical to you, but at the same time, a part of you is always connected to the non-physical dimensions, the fourth, fifth, and seventh. A part of you is always connected to the etheric realm, which, as we have explained in other works, is a sort of transformer that regulates information coming into you from the above-mentioned dimensions, which contain the higher self, the imagination plane, and a whole host of diverse areas that are necessary to you to keep your life in balance. Now, sleep is very important whilst you are in physicality, because, while you are awake, you tend to concentrate on physicality, and thus, your physical brain is working all the time, as you go through each day. But, you need at some point each day, to switch off the physical aspect, and return to your true you, which is non-physical. This is achieved, through sleep. When you sleep, it is the equivalent of charging a battery, in a way. Physical life is not really natural, as humans were not intended to have earthly incarnations, and even now, after millions of years, humans are not really programmed to live in physicality. They are programmed to live in non-physical, which is where you came from, before incarnating, and to where you will return, once your incarnation ends. So, each day when you are awake, you are burning energy, that you are not programmed to replace. In other words, physicality is a sort of artificial way of living. You, and all of us, are spiritual beings, and can only live successfully, in the non-physical areas. That is why, at the end of each day, you feel tired, and require to switch off the physical aspect, and return to your astral form. Now, when you are awake in physicality, you are constantly surrounded by images and sounds, from the physical world. When you sleep, your physical brain switches off, and your attention moves to your mind, which is the non-physical equivalent of your brain. So, you see and hear what is going on, in whatever plane of non-physicality you link to. Generally speaking, most people link to the etheric planes. Some people might be able to link to a true astral plane, but most people link to the etheric. Now, this is where it gets a bit complicated, because, whilst in incarnation, the trials and tribulations of daily life tend to remain dominant in our thoughts. The object of sleep is not only to recharge the body, but also to resolve the many problems that daily life presents. So, people link, not only to the etheric planes, but also to the imagination plane. An aspect of us, that experienced rather unpleasant events in recent physicality, reaches out to the imagination plane, and tries to resolve the problems, or the joys, which are then transferred to the etheric body or plane, and we see, in our mind, what the imagination plane is sending us. So, your imagination plane analyzes the events of recent daily life, and with the help of higher self, creates healing images, which it places in the etheric, which in turn, places it in your mind, and, you see it as a dream. We have mentioned that all the planes or dimensions are real, and have entities living in them, just as physicality has. But, non-physical entities can be manipulated, somewhat, to create little plays, which is what you see, when you dream. By and large, it is your id, trying to heal your mind, from the traumas of physical life. So, in a nutshell, that is what dreaming is about.
Thank you for watching this video lesson. Please visit www.thegreatwhitebrotherhood.org for more lessons and free downloadable books.